Hi, welcome back to my channel. The name is Shukuru. Poverty can drive down intelligence. If you think you know the cost of being poor, unless you have actually been poor, you are probably wrong. The usual side effects of poverty are abundant and well documented. They include crime, chronic stress, and a long list of health conditions. But you may not have heard of this one, lower IQ. This might sound ridiculous, and indeed, plenty of one-off studies in what skeptics call the social so-called sciences may not be so worth it. They may not be worth generalizing from. That's because so many are conducted on weird people. Those from Western, educated, industrialized, rich, and democratic countries. Poor individuals working through a difficult financial problem experience a cognitive strain that's equivalent to a 13-point deficit in IQ. A full night's sleep is lost. The daily pressures and stresses of poverty take up so much mental energy that it reduces cognitive function. According to different studies conducted, being preoccupied with money can cause low-income people to suffer from a drop of IQ at about 13 points in average. A few comparisons highlight how severe that is, that the difference in IQ is about the same as the gap between a chronic alcoholic and a normal adult. Poverty and all its related concerns require so much mental energy that the poor have less remaining brain power to devote to other areas of life. As a result, people of limited means are more likely to make mistakes and bad decisions that may be amplified by perpetuate their financial woes. Researchers suggest that being poor may keep a person from concentrating on the very avenues that would lead them out of poverty. See, a person's cognitive function is diminished by the constant and all-consuming effort of coping with the immediate effects of having little money, such as scrounging to pay bills and cut costs. Thirdly, a person is left with fewer mental resources to focus on complicated, indirectly related matters such as education, job training, and even managing their time. The mental tax that poverty can put on the brain is distinct from stress. Stress is a person's response to various outside pressures that, according to studies of arousal and performance, can actually immerse a person's functioning. Stress itself doesn't predict that people can't perform well. They may do better up to a point. As people get poorer, they tend to make difficult and often costly decisions that further perpetuate their hardship. To better understand this, let's consider two researches performed. One took place in New Jersey between 2010 and 2011, with roughly 400 subjects chosen at random. Their median annual income was around $70,000 and the lowest income was around $20,000. Participants were assigned either an easy or hard scenario in which the cost was low or high, such as $150 or $1,500 for the car repair. Subjects were divided into a poor group and a rich group based on their income. The study showed that when the scenarios were easy, the financial problem not too severe, the poor and rich performed equally well on the same cognitive tests. But when they thought about the hard scenarios, people at the lower of the income scale performed significantly worse on both cognitive tests, while the rich participants were unfazed. To better gauge the influence of poverty in natural contexts, between 2010 and 2011, the researchers also tested 464 sugarcane farmers in India who rely on annual harvest for at least 60% of their income. Because sugarcane harvests occur once a year, these farmers depend on it. These are farmers who find themselves rich after harvest, but poor before the harvest. Each farmer was given the same tests before and after harvest and performed better on both tests post-harvest and compared to pre-harvest. When you are poor, you can't say, "I've had enough. I'm not going to be poor anymore. Oh, forget it. I just won't give my kids dinner or pay rent this month." Poverty imposes a much stronger load that's not optional and in very many cases is long-lasting. It's not a choice you are making. You are just reduced to a few options. This is not something you see with many other types of scarcity. Thinking of all these facts and considering all these scenarios conducted, poverty does affect the IQ negatively. Well, by the way, thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.